Hello, folks. So I just want to start out by saying that we're all unique, beautiful beings that are different from each other and have our own uniqueness. If you just think for a moment about anyone you've ever known and think about their personality, you can see that they're different from everyone else that you've ever known. And you are also different from anyone else that you know. We have our own personalities, we have our own strengths, weaknesses, and it's a beautiful thing. The problem with this world tends to be, or one problem tends to be that people ourselves may not accept our own uniqueness, and we may try to be somebody else or something else, or try to enhance ourselves in some way, as I have. And I even like when I was in those kind of states of mind, I even spoke about it on the channel in the past, trying to change myself, and it's not the way to go, because we are unique, and when you're just being yourself, that is a beautiful thing in its own way. But sometimes we don't see that beauty in ourselves. But the problem with the world, one of the problems, is this lack of acceptance of ourselves and of others. So, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at accepting others either, but there's this lack of acceptance that happens in this world, where people are not appreciative of each other, and the lack of love in this world can be daunting and can make life on Earth very difficult. Because we're going through life, and sometimes we don't feel like we're really particularly cared about, and people can be indifferent, and luckily most of us have one or two people that appreciate us, but you figure it's a world full of people. Why don't we all appreciate each other, and why don't we all help each other and help the animals? And I'm not saying that I do any of this stuff. I'm bad at it as well, But why don't we? Why doesn't society? I mean, some of us do, but those are like really good people. And so, why isn't that more of a? Why doesn't society focus on the beautiful aspects of human nature, the kindness and love and all of these things, rather than try to market deviance all the time? It's a very strange thing to me, and it always seems to be about this kind of devious behavior, and there's so much goodness that can be done, I feel like. And just by being you, that's enough. And I understand why sometimes it's not enough for us to be ourselves, because we may not see the specialness and the uniqueness in ourselves. Because there's all this comparing going on to, in our culture, it's very positive in people's minds to be outgoing. In other cultures, it's more positive to be more introverted. So there's this kind of societal leaning of coercing people to be something other than what they are. But this world could be so much better. And I think that's like the main thing. Is this world could be so much better. It could be an incredibly positive, loving place, but the only thing that makes it not that is how people treat each other. That's the only thing. And how we treat the animals, how we treat, everything, how we treat the planet. Like, that is what makes this planet not a paradise, or a sort of paradise. I mean, it will never be as heavenly as heaven, I would say, but it could be a much better place. But I don't necessarily blame individuals for that, because it's not taught, really. I mean, you're taught as a little child to be good, but I don't know. You're taught a lot of other things too as a little child, like to stifle who you are, to stifle your emotions and things like that. So it's very tricky. I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm just one of those ramble videos. But I can imagine a better world where people appreciated each other. And I feel like a lot of the reason that people don't appreciate each other is because we're not given the appreciation that we want, right? So why would we give something to people that are not giving the same thing that we want to us? It seems like an unfair deal to have to give all of these things that you want and then not get it yourself. It's a mess. Earth is a mess, but I don't know. Just rambling. Alrighty, see ya.